Podcast number 6, don't be afraid to fly. Like a lot of people, I love jetting to places near and far. Obviously at the moment, in spring 2021, no one's flying anywhere very much due to the corona crisis. Obviously it's awful, something no one foresaw, and as well as travel, huge loss of life, huge suffering, huge economic and financial and psychological and mental loss. We can't change any of that to a broad extent. Obviously, we need to manage our own behavior, but my take on this, and I feel pain for every bit of suffering and every life that's been lost. My take, even given all that, is that troubles have come to pass and not to stay. This thing wasn't here with us a year and a half ago, and with God's grace, in the coming months, or failing that years, we will have got on top of it. So we can then look to fly again. So that's my take. Back to what we're really talking about today, and it's really about being inspired and acting and doing things when we're inspired with an idea, when we're fired with a passion, and really about how to ignite that and act on it. So for me, I set my day, my foundation with my morning routine, which is warm water with turmeric and lemon, with gratitude statements. I write them all down in my book, and my breathing. I spend time in the park every morning, weather permitting, and I do my exercise, and it's wonderful. I just feel so blessed to be able to get this start to my day. And then when I sit down to write or to record or to work on my computer, I feel great. So I've got the foundation. Now, obviously, I will say obviously or not, whether you see it as obvious, not every day goes fantastically for me by any means. But I'm just saying that kind of start to the day gives me a great foundation. Now, when I then am fueled with an idea, when I'm thinking about a clear vision, when I've got that future orientation, when there's something really compelling that I want to achieve, or an idea that I'm just burning to execute, that's a wonderful feeling. Have you felt like that recently? I hope you have. Or can you remember feeling like that? It's a wonderful feeling. If you've got a very vague or distant memories of feeling like that, or if you can't relate at all, this is where we need to kind of really get you dusted off, and your Me 2.0 will be acting from a place of inspiration, more, certainly occasionally, if not all the time, and firing on all cylinders, and taking action on something that you want to create, something that you're passionate about. And that will be different for each of us, right? It could be something financial, it could be something in your career, something in your investing, something in your parenting, in your health routine, anything. It could be any aspect, something in your charity or contribution, anything. But if you're driven and motivated and fired up about achieving that, that's a wonderful feeling, and that gives you momentum. So what happens is we get this idea, we get this inspiration. Obviously, there's another whole conversation to be had about where that comes from. The thing I want you to do is act on it, right? If you're feeling good, act on it. We're told time and again the universe loves speed, and if you don't act on it, someone else will. It's almost like something waiting to be caught. If you're not going to catch it, it'll be dropped somewhere else, and someone else will catch it. So you catch it, you catch that ball, and you run with it, and that will turn. That idea has come to you. You've received it gratefully, and you've acted on it. So you've literally created something from nothing. Now, everything that we see around us, and even things that we can't physically see, services and concepts and ideas, have been created that way. There's been an idea, there's been a potential sort of question, what about this, what about that, and someone has done something about it, right? Now that might have been a sketch, a plan, an outline, a video, a handwritten note, a spreadsheet, and that will be the same for you, right? So what is it that you can do? Do something about that idea, share it with someone, note it down, start sketching it out, bullet point it. Bullet point lists are great sometimes, I find, whatever works for you. So do something about it and just look at what's happened after you've done that. You've got an inspired idea, you've received it gratefully, probably excited about it, and you've turned it into reality. And that's brilliant, right? There'll be question marks, it'll be imperfect, there'll be lots of what ifs. You'll think about the sort of stages that are way down the line, but glass half full. Congratulate yourself for what you've done so far and acted on, and things will get figured out. Again, I'm not saying everything will be a success. In reality, a lot of things aren't, and probably the majority of things aren't. That's just life. I'm going to level with you and not tell you otherwise. But a guaranteed way not to achieve things is not to act and not to create them and not to initiate. Yeah, you're out of the game. You're not in the game. The only way to be in the game is to take action, is to initiate and kick things off and go from there. And some things will progress smoothly, some things will skyrocket, some things will go to sleep for a while and pick back up, some things will die a death. That's just the way it is. Now, obviously, it's up to you to take the initiative and drive things, and then see where it fits within your schedule and plans. But the lesson from today is don't be afraid to fly, take action, feel inspired, feel free, whatever that is for you. This is not necessarily about success. And it can be something achievement or success oriented, but the root of this is feeling that freedom, feeling that inspiration, and acting on it. So there can be something that has an end product or an idea, or there can be something that you're just doing because you feel good about it, you want to do it. It's something you're doing for yourself, or something you're passionate about, something you're doing to help others. But I want you to start to connect more with that feeling of being free, of being inspired, and acting from that place. And it's so liberating and so wonderful. And you deserve that feeling. And I wish you that feeling every day. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Go fly and be inspired.